I encourage everyone who's involved in agriculture to at least make one trip up there to get engaged in producer organizations that are representing you, but tag along sometime and go and show up to town hall meetings that members are holding, that members of Congress are holding in their districts, and show up at candidate forums and get to know the folks, because they're your voice in Washington.
Bart Fisher is the co-director of the Agricultural and Food Policy Center at Texas A&M.
Despite the fact that there are a lot of people that go there, I can tick off a number of examples where one person did make an impact. And so there may be a lot of people going into a congressional office, but a lot of them aren't necessarily from that district, and that member's looking to hear from folks back home.
Fisher served as chief economist at the House Committee on Agriculture, helping craft the 2014 and 2018 farm bills.
On both of the last two farm bills, I have very specific examples where a farmer went in, tagged along on one of these trips, got to know the staffer there. That staffer may know nothing about agriculture, and instead of lamenting that fact, the producer saw it as an opportunity to get to know that staffer. And suddenly, whenever that individual had questions, they started calling up that farmer wanting to know their opinion.
Fisher puts the onus on the agricultural industry to tell its story.
If you're not around production agriculture every day, why would you know about it? When groups would come to Washington, D.C., I would, particularly if they were lamenting, that a certain member didn't understand their issue, I would often push right back and say, well, why is it that member's job? I mean, ideally, we would like for them to care about the issue that we care about, but ultimately it's up to us to convey it, that issue's importance to that member. And so I think it all comes down to education and making the effort to tell our story to folks.
I'm Shel Winkley, looking at Central Texas agriculture from the ground up.
From the Ground Up is sponsored by Producers Cooperative, proudly serving agriculture since 1943.